So we have...
Safe.
Plenty of movies to discuss before 4 o'clock.
Safe, which enables me to do that voice because it stars Jason Statham.
Is this a Cockney on Coke now you're doing?
No, because he's doing an American. Although he's doing American.
At the moment he's not.
He's not. But, well, the thing about Jason Statham is that is the voice that he does, but, with sort of... When he does the American version, he sort of rolls the R's a little bit, but it is still basically... It's like... He's an American. No, I can't do it. We'll have a clip with Jason doing the accent. So the story is, Jason is back at the very beginning of the film. We see him with his shirt off,
of course,
beating somebody up. That's the opening frame. And literally, it was one of those moments, because a bunch of screenings this week, and the film starts, Jason Statham's chest, guy getting me funny. Okay, relax back into this. I know where I am. I'm in a Jason Statham movie. So he's meant to lose the fight. He doesn't lose the fight. Not only does he not lose the fight, he puts the other guy in the hospital. The next thing, the fight fixers are really furious with him. They rush off and commit atrocities upon his family. They don't, however, kill him. What they do is they say, you will live a purgatorial existence from now on. We will constantly be watching you, and anyone that you become friends with, we will destroy, because that's how evil and wicked we are. Jason responds to all of this by doing the Jason saying, no, he's looking like he might get a bit out of control, but he's not going to. Meanwhile, over in the, not the East End, over in the other East, there is a young mathematical genius who is kidnapped by the Triad because they want to use her as a human calculator, because she can remember incredibly long numbers just by looking at them, and there is an incredibly long number that they need her to look at and remember without it ever being written down. Next thing, they're all in New York. Stuff is happening. Everybody wants to get hold of the girl who knows the incredibly long number, and she finds herself in the company of the Stath. Here's a clip.
You? The garbage collector? I never collected garbage. I disposed of it.
I think that's an 18 certificate clip.
Yeah, do you want to hear a clip with talking in it now?
Not really.
Yeah, no, go on. This is a clip with talking in it.
Is there anything interesting to you about these numbers?
Maybe a few of them.
Why?
Because they have a 3 or a 7 before them. All the numbers are random, but 5 of them has a 7 before and 8 of them has a 3 before. That's too many times to be random.
It's a code. What else?
Nothing.
So it's the 3 and the 7 that are interesting because they happen too many times to be random. Because they're not numbers. They're words. Right, left, or left, right. Old school. Combination to a safe.
So she's not the girl with the dragon tattoo, she's the girl with the very long number.
With the very long number.
Deciphering
exactly,
ability.
Yeah. And he's the bloke with the slightly dodgy accent. Although you were saying that apparently in America they don't hear a dodgy accent.
Well, this was hearing an interview with our Jason, who was on Front Row.
And who is actually very, very good with accents and really precise, and he researches them.
Yeah.
Amelia Bullmore is exactly the same.
But he just has this fantastic gift. But he was saying in America they have a tin ear for accents, and British people are kind of obsessed with getting it absolutely right, and we have nuance to region and to class and all and job and all this kind of thing. But in America, and in fact, Eddie Marsden was saying to us during the news that in America they do generica. If you've got a generic anything's fine. Just roughly Scottish or roughly English or whatever, then that's going to be fine.
So there's a lot of stuff in the press notes for this about how really at the centre it's a story and it's about characters developing and it's about broadening out the audience and it's doing it's not. It's an action adventure movie with Jason Statham doing with a little bit of of that other stuff thrown in, but it is in the end a Jason Statham action movie. It's not by any means up there with the best of the Jason Statham action movies. There's no scene in which he strips down and wrestles 58 men in car oil, which is still one of the best scenes from Transporter. There's no sequence in which, for reasons which are bizarrely twisted in the plot, he has to perform a striptease on the edge of a cliff whilst being watched by a helicopter. There's none of those things that make you think, what, Jason Statham is something special. What there is a sort of fairly ordinary thriller plot with which plays out in a way which we have kind of seen before, interspersed with bouts of head-crunching action and not much else. I mean, I am a Jason Statham fan. He is one of those guys. He does understand what his audience want. He does understand how to give it, how to give the audience what they want. And he is one of. I mean, I respect him. I do actually respect him for doing what he does best. This is not one of his best. It's not a terrible film. It's perfectly fine. It's in the great pantheon of standout Jason Statham movies. It's not the one that's going to stand out for me. And what I wanted was just a line of dialogue at the beginning when they went, he's in New York, but you know what? He's not from here. He's from London. So he could have just got on with doing the Jason Statham accent rather than having to do the American accent, which never quite settled. But that's why I don't watch a Jason Statham movie for accents. I watch a Jason Statham movie for Jason Statham doing that. Like, there's none of those killer lines as well. All the best Jason Statham movies have those killer lines like that, like, I am not the gay. Well-written, funny zingers. There's none of that in here.